Welcome to AIGP News. I'm Steve Sanders. In this week's top story, hundreds were killed after a tsunami hit Japan shortly after an 8.9 magnitude earthquake rattled off the coast of Japan. This tsunami reportedly destroyed homes, swept away boats, and beat off one man who described it as fan-freaking-tastic. This massive earthquake in Japan caused the coolant system in a nuclear power plant to fail. The Japanese then evacuated 3,000 people and prompted thousands others to begin looting. This is the first statewide emergency for a nuclear power plant Japan has ever issued. And as they said, if we haven't seen it, it's new to us too. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker has signed the anti-union bill into law that many people have been protesting over. He did this because he's a dick. Scott Walker also said that people would eventually learn to like the law, or they could get the fuck out of Wisconsin. Survivor winner Richard Hatch was sent back to jail this week by a judge for failing to pay taxes on his Survivor winnings. He will join Wesley Snipes, who is in jail for failing to pay taxes. Celebrities, are you seeing a pattern here? The judge said that the Survivor winner made no attempts to pay back the IRS the money he owed them, and therefore gave him the maximum allowable sentence. The judge said if you would have tried, the sentence would have been less. Gaddafi's forces this week retook a city near Tripoli, but since the city is not mentioned in any U.S. songs, we do not know the name of it. Taking of the city was preceded by shelling of protesters turned rebels and strengthening of the capital of Tripoli, which for those of you wondering what that means, it means gas prices will go up. President Obama this week has said that we are slowly tightening the noose around Libya's President Gaddafi, which means in layman's terms, the U.S. is doing nothing. The U.S., though, has done nothing. The U.S. has removed citizens from Libya, helped the UN file sanctions against Libya, and taken $28.50 out of Gaddafi's pockets. Doctors have said that Representative Gabrielle Gifford's husband has told her she was shot. She replied, "Shot. That's a funny word." The doctor said Representative Giffords is moving right along. She is walking with assistance, talking in complete sentences, and next month may even be able to go to her husband's shuttle launch, which she will say is cool, and then ask where her husband is. Americans are using tax cuts to go shopping, according to Democrats, while according to Republicans, Americans are using tax cuts to pay for gas. Retail sales were up 1% last month, proving that more Americans are shopping and spending money they don't have. People fled the West Coast this week. No, not because of the tsunami from Japanese earthquake. It was because it was announced they would be making an Adventures of Pluto Nash 2. Hawaii ordered evacuations of coastal towns this week because of the tsunami coming from the Japanese earthquake. But people, don't worry, Hawaii will continue its richest tradition of selling its traditions to the highest bidder. A magnitude 6.6 earthquake struck Tokyo, just outside of Tokyo in Japan, shortly after the 8.9 magnitude earthquake struck northern Japan. Some people are saying it's an aftershock, some people are saying it's an earthquake, and some people are saying it's Japan. So, because of all these earthquakes and devastation in Japan, we've sent our own Lieutenant Squiggles to Japan to report on it. Lieutenant, are you there?
Hey there, critic! Long time no see!
So, Lieutenant, what's it like in Japan right now?
It's scary, critic. There are fires and tsunamis and Asian people!
What can you tell us about the destruction?
It's bad.
How bad, Lieutenant?
I don't know. Yahoo doesn't have any pictures up yet.
Lieutenant, you're in Japan. Why do you need pictures on Yahoo?
I'm not in Japan, Critic.
We sent you to Japan, Lieutenant.
Critic, I'm not going to Japan. There are fires and tsunamis and earthquakes and Asian people, Critic. I ain't going there. What are you, crazy?
We sent you there to report on these things.
Well, I'm not going. It's almost as scary as when Godzilla attacked.
Lieutenant, Godzilla isn't real.
Critic, that's just what they want you to think. But I don't want to be in Japan when Godzilla shows up.
Lieutenant, you need to go to Japan.
Hell no, Critic. You can go to Japan. I'm staying right here in America.
What are you so afraid of, Lieutenant?
You know, there's fires and floods and Asian people, and they just got done with a zombie invasion. I mean, really, Critic? Would you want to go to Japan?
There are no ghosts, Lieutenant.
Critic? Sure. But when they kill me, it's going to be on your head. It's going to be on your head, Critic.
That Lieutenant Squiggles was a brave reporter.
Critic, that's not funny at all.
Lieutenant, you need to go to Japan.
You go, Critic, I'm staying right here!
Fine, Lieutenant, stay wherever the hell you are. That was Lieutenant Squiggles, everyone. Now for celebrity news. Mel Gibson's ex-wife, Oksana Grigorievic, Oksana, last name with 20 consonants and no vowels, is said to be filing a civil lawsuit against Mel Gibson. She claims for battery, defamation, and tying her to a cross to reenact the crucifixion. This civil lawsuit could cost Mel Gibson millions of dollars, which is bad news for Mel Gibson, but good news for anyone who wanted to see a Lethal Weapon 5. This lawsuit is coming after Mel Gibson pled no contest to battery charges against his ex-wife, to which the judge threw the celebrity justice book at him, which involved probation and anger management. Charlie Sheen launched an official website this week, charliesheen.com. Yes, it is as crazy as Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen's goddess says she always makes Charlie use a rubber. The reason being for this, she is not one of Vatican assassin warlock baby. Steven Tyler told American Idol contestants this week not to sing old Aerosmith songs. Because, let's face facts, they don't require a lot of singing, do they? The UFC has purchased its main competition, Strikeforce, this week. They will soon integrate Strikeforce into their own company, and then make their fights PG. Jewel was released from the hospital this week, and she tweeted that both her and her baby were fine, bringing sad news to all Jewel fans everywhere. A guy set to star in a Nicki Minaj video was reportedly demoted this week after tweeting the name of the song, which, as we all know for rap videos, has nothing to do with the video. Teen Mom Amber despises Teen Mom Janelle because of Janelle's hard partying ways. Amber said she wished she'd thought of it first. Now here is our own world's greatest critic to review DC Universe Online. Take it away, critic. So I said, bitch, I'm a level 15 warlock dwarf, and I have fire breath and an imp. And she said, well, I'm a level 12 knight of paladin, and I got a giant mace. And I said, what? I'm on. I keep telling you, I am not a queerosexual. I am not a queerosexual. I do not swing that way. So quit coming on to me. Now get the fuck out of here. Now, as you may know, I am the world's greatest critic. And today, I'm here to talk about, what am I here to talk about? Why the fuck do you mean I told you to go? I didn't tell you to go away, you're the fucking director. You're supposed to direct me. Now you direct me. I'm talking about, okay, I'm talking about DC Universe Online. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, fucking directors always telling me, always trying to direct me. Now, DC Universe Online is not a bad game. If you like getting gang raped by 6 enemies at once. Is it a good game? Not really. It's fun, it's playable, but the problem with DC Universe Online is its continuity. At level 9, I brought about Trigon and defeated the Titans and ended the world. And I still got another 11 levels to go before I'm at the end of the game. So I defeated the game and blew up the world 11 levels before the game ended. And then at level 15, I beat the crap out of Batman. Batman's a freaking mentor. How the fuck am I at level 15 beating the crap out of Batman? I don't fucking know. But it's like that. You don't know who you're facing. You don't know why you're facing them. It's like they just wanted to throw random characters in and say, here, these are big DC characters, play with them. And not make any sense. Like they had Grodd working for Luthor, and Darkseid working with Circusa, and all this other crap. I mean, I'm level 15. So far I've defeated Nightwing, who's a little bitch. And I defeated the Titans. And then I defeated Robin. I defeated Nightwing at level 9. I defeated Robin at level 15. What the fuck's up with that? Nightwing's got more experience than Robin. But don't worry, people. Because Robin, he's voiced by Will Wheaton. So you'll like to beat him. Because Will Wheaton's a bitch. And so is Robin. What else is it? It's mainly an action game. The fight scenes are fun. But for an action game, the targeting system sucks. A lot of times it'll focus you on a wall. You'll be getting beat up by 3 guys, and you'll be focused on a wall for no reason. And the game just does that. And I don't know why. It's just the targeting system doesn't fucking make sense. It'll focus you on a wall. Or you're facing a boss and there's another enemy nearby, and it'll focus you on the other enemy. The boss is tougher. The boss is going to hurt you more. But no, it doesn't make sense. And that's really one of the problems with the DC Universe Online is the targeting system. And they like to throw random characters in. I mean, I defeated Bane at level 5. Oh, it doesn't quite make sense always. Killer Croc and Two-Face and Catwoman are all working for the Joker now. And it's just a bunch of bullshit. So in short, if you know a lot about the DC Universe, don't buy this game. If you don't know a lot about the DC Universe, you're not going to know who the people are, so don't buy the game. If you're a moderate fan, you might enjoy the game. And you're going to get gang raped by 6 people at once. It's going to happen, don't worry about it. So all in all, I give DC Universe 2 pieces of kryptonite and a batarang. Now where the fuck's my whiskey? You got my whiskey, director. Give me back my fucking whiskey. Ah. Thank you, critic, and somebody make sure he's okay. Now for sports news. The NFL has ordered a lockout after the Players Union decertified, bringing no one to care as long as there's an NFL season in 2011. This decertification led players and MVP Tom Brady to file an antitrust lawsuit against the NFL and filing an injunction to keep a lockout from happening. For those of you wondering what this means, it's a lot of political meandering. It's a lot of political meandering, which means absolutely nothing. People, do not worry. If there's no NFL season next year, us here at MIA Genius Productions will continue to bring you the worst shows on the internet of all time. Georgia Tech has fired their head coach Paul Hewitt after his 4th losing season, reminding us all that Georgia Tech is the Cleveland Browns of college sports. The Philadelphia Phillies have signed their general manager into a contract extension through 2015, which won't do any good since the world will end in 2012. The Boston Red Sox have said they are willing to trade several veteran players. This goes in line with the Boston Red Sox plan of losing for another 70 years and then winning a World Series. Virginia women's coach Debbie Ryan has resigned from her position, making us all realize that there is a lady named Debbie Ryan other than the girl who plays on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Now, here are this week's basketball scores. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Steve Sanders, signing off.